All right. All right. All right. Welcome everyone to the C.F.O TA live stream where I'll be going over any of your requested tickers that you guys put into the live chat. So I am live on Instagram and on YouTube. So make sure you guys, if you guys want to choose YouTube or Instagram, that's the reason why I've decided to go live on both platforms, since I want to make sure it's because these lives are live, easier to access. Since I know some people like to use YouTube or Instagram. So, hey JD, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome. All right, so we're gonna be waiting for a few more people here. Let me. Okay. So let's wait at least around 5 to 7 minutes here, as all the emails are being sent out as well, and notifications through YouTube and on Instagram. All right. Okay, so we will probably start at around 7:40. That should be a good time to start. Welcome to everyone on YouTube. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Hey, welcome. What's up? I'm good. How are you? Hey, what's up, Joe? Welcome to everyone on YouTube and everyone on Instagram as well. I hope everyone is able to hear me. So people on Instagram, if you guys can't see, or if you guys want to see more of the screen, I would recommend you guys to go on YouTube. And also make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube, so you guys get your notifications that I'm live, both on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you so much. Yeah, perfect. You can hear me. Lovely. For the people who are joining right now, I'm just waiting for more people to join and getting for people to get the notifications. So we'll start in about 3 minutes now. 3 minutes left. I hope everyone has been having a pretty nice night so far. I know it's a little bit late in the East Coast. It's 10:38. So thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you guys for staying up and joining my lives here. Make sure you guys to tell me if you guys can hear my voice because of the music, but I'm glad you guys can hear my voice for now. Hey, Q, welcome. Hey, welcome, Chef. Welcome. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Hey, Joel. I'm at work on my break. Catch you later. Please do DAL. Okay, okay. So we got our first ticker here, but we will start promptly at 7:40. 7:40. For the people who are joining right now, make sure you guys know that I am live on YouTube and on Instagram. All right, so if you guys want to see a better view of what I'm looking at on the charts, please do go over to my YouTube, subscribe, and like the video. That really will help out with my algorithm here. And I'm also almost at 100 subscribers on YouTube, so if you guys can help me with that, that would be amazing. So we have DAO and then PayPal after. Okay, so we got a few tickers now. And let's go ahead and start. So let's look at the broader markets here. So a very interesting day today. We had a nice push upwards, and today might have been the last kind of positive news. Excuse me. As I was saying, today might have been the last kind of positive news that we have for the overall market since Jerome Powell was re-elected for a second term as Federal Reserve chairman. And hey, Gilbert, Chef, you're here. Nice to see you on YouTube. But like I said today, it seems like that was a little tiny catalyst for us to push up higher and make new all-time highs, and then we rejected completely and we reversed. A full reversal, and we started making new low of the days today. And so we ended up at around, right at the 10 SMA. But this week, as you guys already know, and you guys should know, is a very short week. So make sure you guys are trading very carefully due to lower volume and just overall, just probably choppy price action and very volatile price action that we saw today as well. So make sure you guys are looking at the 21 SMA here on my chart. The 21 SMA is closed at around 464. So that could potentially be, the push lower on the overall market. So if you guys are short the market right now, currently overnight, 464 can be a nice area to take profits. Hey, thank you for sharing the link. Yeah, so there's a lot of people showing up. Thank you so much. Thank you. There's about 10 people here now on YouTube. Awesome. And welcome, Jim. Welcome, Mr. Cam. Welcome on Instagram. So welcome everyone on YouTube as well. Welcome, Juan. So to all the new people that are joining, thank you so much. I am now live on YouTube and Instagram. So if you guys, you guys can basically choose what platform you guys want to look at. But I'm on Instagram at ChartsFocus1 and on Instagram at ChartsFocus1 as well. So if you guys aren't following me yet, make sure you guys are following me and subscribing to me on YouTube. Okay, so let's get back to the charts. So our first name here was DAL. So DAL looks very, very interesting. We have this descending trend line, and this was an extra name that I put on for my C.F.O Swinger Watch subscribers, which you guys can actually join for $10 per month. And this descending channel here looks pretty interesting because we've been having very consecutive back-to-back red days here for about at least over 7 days so far, it seems like, and we come straight down to a demand area here at relatively around, I would say, a whole number, $39. But if you guys want a specific number, I would say around 38.80ish. But it seems like we're getting some demand, support here, around 39, as we bounced on Friday. And you know, once we're able to kind of come back up and above this descending level of resistance, we actually tried to pop above it today, and we did. And I like the fact that we were able to pop up above $40 here, and the fact that we actually popped up above 40 just tells me that the bulls are still much alive here, and they're ready to push the price higher and break up above this descending channel. So for my game plan for DAL, Joel, I think for me, my entry will be at 40.20, and you know, if we don't, well, if we reject that 40.20 again, then most likely we can head lower. But I will want to see a bigger push upwards above 40.20. And thank you everyone so much for appearing. I mean, you know, just with one share, it seems like there's a lot more people, and we actually broke the record again on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for staying. But welcome everyone from Instagram. Welcome. Thank you all for joining. This ticker right now that I'm looking at is DAL, Delta Airlines. And like I said before, this was an extra name that I put on my C.F.O Swinger Watch, which you guys can actually join for $10 per month. And if you guys join, you guys can also get the newsletter, and you'll be part of the C.F.O Discord group. So if you guys are wondering where the links are at, for the people on YouTube, the links are in the description box below. And for people on Instagram, my links are in my bio. Okay, so after that is PayPal. Hey, JC Sater, can you look at pins? All right, I'll make sure to look at pins after PayPal. So what we have for PayPal here, okay, is we saw a nice reversal today. So I actually got in. So I took a little smidge, a little risky entry around 185-ish today, and it kind of paid off, and I'm still swinging it, but it's very, very risky. And the reason why I'm saying it's risky is that if you take a look at the weekly time frame, okay, this is just straight selling, right? Straight selling, even right before the pins news came out, where PayPal was looking to buy out pins for like a very cheap amount, and quote unquote cheap, because I think it was like over 4 billion, but Pins was not going to allow such cheap valuation of the company. So with PayPal, I think, you know, with that downgrade as well by an analyst, I think PayPal still has a good ways to run, and it's still going to be that fintech leader in this space. As you know, it controls a wide area of the market, and so PayPal should be able to recover here, and it bounced at this previous area of support around 185-ish is where I'm looking at, and that's the reason why I got in when we start to bounce above 185 today. I'm expecting at the very least a nice green candlestick on the weekly time frame. I'm mostly going to watch out for the weekly time frame for PayPal. So I highly recommend you guys to be looking at the bigger time frames, especially for PayPal like this on the weekly. So you know, it's to kind of erase the noise that comes from looking even at the daily time frame when you're trying to focus on the bigger picture. So the weekly time frame is a great time frame to look at when you are kind of, you know, focusing on the bigger picture moves instead of the little tiny moves that you're looking at on the intraday time frames or even on the daily time frames. So, you know, make sure you guys are looking at PayPal. Hey Gilbert, thank you so much. Worth every cent. Join up. Yeah, so you know, it's my before I move on here to pins, the $10 per month sale is only going to go on until December 26th. So right after Christmas, I'm gonna change it back to $25 per month. So if you guys want to get in now, I mean, this is probably the best time to do it. I mean, every single member who has joined previously, they've all made their money back a lot more right after they joined. So I highly recommend you guys to join. So let's look at pins here. Okay, so pins, nice during PayPal calls. Good. So I took some equity. So pins looks very interesting here as well, but you know, I think on the weekly time frame, I think for pins here, are we grandfathered in at 10? Yes. So DN, yes. You'll stay at $10 even if after I move back to 25. And callouts, I don't really do callouts because it kind of removes the purpose of the discourse here for Discord, but I do mention my entries here and there. So I mostly help you guys with your own game planning and with basically trying to help you guys trade on your own. So yes, you will stay at $10 if you join today. And hey, Riva, thank you for that recommendation to look at this. Okay, so I'll look at this about the pins. So Pinterest, we're hitting a previous area of support here around, I would say around 42.50-ish. And on the weekly time frame, it seems like the selling is slowing down. Obviously, we just started this new week, so you never know. We might see more selling from compared to last week's candlestick here. And, you know, if we do, we will most likely have to see a break of 42.50 and $42 in order to see that big push to the downside. And if we do, then we will most likely revisit $38 to $37. That could actually be your profit target there. So with pins here, I would say I'm not going to be looking at pins for now, but on the daily time frame, there is a high chance that we see a little bounce this week, even in this short week. And if you guys are able to play the bounce above 42.50 and potentially take profits around 44 and 45, good for you, right? I mean, that could be a good potential day trade there as well, especially if we see a large bounce from these lows here. And welcome everyone to the live on Instagram. Welcome guys. So glad to see you all. Your inputs. Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, tomorrow we might see a little tiny green day, which is fine. The overall trend is to the downside still, and we saw this huge amount of volume coming in today, just today. And the fact that we kind of pulled lower below 42 here just gives me confidence that maybe, just maybe, that sellers here can push below this crucial area of support that I've been looking at for pins. But good luck on your puts there. Okay, River, let's look at your Disney. So, if you guys don't know, I love Disney whenever it dips, especially if you guys have long-term accounts. Disney is a very, very good contender. You know, with this here, it's a media conglomerate, right? It controls a lot of these animation studios and media companies, and it's acquiring even more. So you're welcome, JC. Glad to have you here, and I hope to see you more and often. But before I move on though, and before anyone leaves here, I do my lives on Monday and Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys remember that. I used to do Fridays as well, but obviously people like to rest on Fridays, so I won't be doing lives on Fridays anymore. So make sure you guys know it's Monday and Wednesday. So this year, I think right here is a pretty good buy here for around 152 because it was a previous area of support, but at the same time, it's not a very established area of support. If you guys take a look at the previous price action here back in November and late December of 2020. So this might be telling us that maybe this is making a complete new long-term downtrend here for now, which is fine because, like I said, Disney is a great company to get in when it's cheap, when the shares are looking very cheap. So, you know, if we come back down and break below 152, then most likely we can have a little tiny bounce around 148. And if we lose that, then most likely we can have a nice, even better buy at 141 to 140. So this is something that you should be looking at, definitely. And that's basically it for Disney. I mean, I don't see anything else for Disney. I mean, a nice downtrend. Most likely going to be a little bit of chop tomorrow. Well, for the whole week today. And well, today was a nice little intermittent bounce. Little oversold bounce, I think. Yeah. So there's most likely a chance that tomorrow we see a little bit more upside. If you guys look at this RSI. And for the new people on here, I don't tend to trade with a lot of indicators. I only have my SMAs and volume, and I look at my RSI here and there. But at this point in my trading journey, I don't look at the RSIs too much because I can kind of gauge where the RSI is with, where the RSI is with the price. So, if you guys are wondering how that happens, well, you just get experience, right? You guys have to get comfortable with your whatever technical indicators that you might want to use. I know people who are good at using stochastics. I know people who are really good at using Bollinger Bands. I know people who are good at using MACD and etc. So I'm good at using RSI and my SMAs. So, and if you guys are wondering what SMAs I use the 10, 21, 50, and 200. So only 4 SMAs here. Right, it's not too much. It's not too bad here. But with the SMAs here, I'm very used to the SMAs, and I don't tend to use EMAs. I've tried it before, and I didn't like it. So, yeah. So that's that. Minor Perez. Can you check PayPal, please? So I already did PayPal. So you're just gonna have to go back to the replay on YouTube. But it's pretty early on into the stream here, so I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see PayPal. You just have to move forward a little bit. Riva, you said Snap after. Okay, Snap. So I know Snap had some heavy selling. Oh, well, there we go. So there, that answers my question there. So we had huge selling on Snap, and it seems like the uptrend is over for Snap. I would have liked to see a nice reversal and potential gap fill above 60, but I guess that's not happening since today we broke out of a nice big bear flag here, and with some heavy selling volume as well. So it seems like, I think with Snap here, we couldn't head lower and lower, but we did bounce again. So there's some conflicting information here. So it all depends on what happens this week, this short week. But tomorrow, most likely we can have a little tiny green day. We're most likely oversold as well. Yeah, there we go. So we're oversold. So tomorrow we can see a little tiny bounce up. But I mean, if you have a little tiny bounce in the morning, most likely we can see another sell-off back into the 48-ish support area. Okay. Alright, so I hope that was helpful, Riva. Okay, so we have Gil next. I think I heard of Gil here before. So, Gildan Activewear. Seems like a, very strong retail name, it seems like, right? It's just like a sports and accessories kind of, yeah, so apparel, footwear. Okay, so, Gil looks very strong so far. I mean, it seems like it's been reporting some very good earnings and beating earnings as well, based on what I'm seeing at the bottom here. So we have pretty solid area of resistance around 30, well, support around 38, and another area of support around 40. And if we have enough juice, we can potentially hit up higher. It seems like we lost the 10 SMA today, which is fine, but if we're able to come back down and retest and the 21 SMA as it's catching up, most likely we can head up higher. You're welcome, Riva. Thank you so much for sending your recommendations in. So I really appreciate you guys for giving me all these tickers to look at, because really, I wouldn't have any content for you guys for these lives if you guys didn't recommend to, for me to look at these tickers. So thank you guys very, very much. Make sure you guys are subscribed so that you guys can type in the chat as well. And that you guys can get these notifications when I'm live Mondays and Wednesdays. And welcome everyone to the Instagram live as well. And G on Instagram, I'll do Dow as well. So after Gil here, since you did send me that after Gil here. So Gil, nice descending channel here so far as well. We had a nice top here, rejection around 43.63. And it seems like we can make a nice little tiny descending channel. And if we're able to pop above and stay above 42.50-ish, we should be able to see these highs again from this candlestick right here. But so far, Gil looks very, very good. Okay. Dow. Wow. Okay. So Dow, very choppy here. And I personally wouldn't be looking at this name because of the fact that it's a very very wiki name. When if you guys are wondering what I mean by that, well, if you take a look at each candlestick, right, there's huge wicks on each end. And I don't like to trade names like that. But hey, you know, this looks pretty good. So it seems like we broke this head and shoulders pattern here on the daily time frame, and now we're consolidating and basing here. So we bounced pretty well on the 56 price level here, and most likely we're gonna retest 60 unless we see more selling on the overall markets. But most likely this can range trade again, G. So make sure you're watching out for a potential hit at 61. But heavy level of resistance around the 200 SMA here. My yellow line here, if you're able to see here. So you can potentially get in tomorrow for a confirmation push higher above the high of the day today, and that'll be pretty good. So make sure you guys are watching out for Dow here. So thank you G for that recommendation there. Okay, so next we have, and my stock bro, thank you for that recommendation. So JMIA, that seems like the next recommendation there. But let's take a look at so UPS. Oh, perfect. So UPS, if you guys aren't my subscribers here on the live on Instagram, YouTube, UPS is one of my main watches from my newsletter for this week. So if you guys don't know what this is, what I'm talking about, this newsletter is my C.F.O stringer watch. If you guys come in today for $10, you guys can actually get access to the C.F.O Discord as well. So that's like double whammy right there. So if you guys want to get in before I raise the price back to $25 per month on December 26th, so right after Christmas, right now is the perfect time to get in. So I highly recommend you guys to get in. Okay, so for UPS, what I'm looking at was, and what I explained to my subscribers last evening on my YouTube video is UPS looks very good in the fact that we are staying near all-time highs. We revisited these highs 3 times already, and so if we're able to break up above 215, we can see a nice blue sky breakout. And into new all-time highs. I'll do up to like around 225 will be my long-term price target. You know, this UPS looks extremely good for this week, even if it's a very short week. But with what I'm seeing here, with this nice impulsive move up and then a nice flag forming here. So what I told my subscribers last night is that I'm looking at a macro bull flag here. Okay, but micro, I'm looking at a nice descending channel here. Okay, so micro chart is a descending channel, and then the macro chart is a bull flag here. So I hope you guys can see that here. But UPS looks very good. I'm looking to swing it above 212 since we did tap that today. So once we're able to break up above 212, that'll be my swing entry there for this, and we can ride it up to all-time highs. Okay, so Milo, we have Netflix. So Netflix doesn't look too good as with any other tech growth name today. And it's fine because I think Netflix needs to have some consolidation here. We have this nice ascending level support here that we've been holding for so long, but we just might break it this week. It seems like we can push lower onto maybe hit this 50 SMA here. So the 50 SMA is around $640, and that also coincides with this next support level if we head lower. So most likely if we're able to break below this ascending support here, we can head lower and hit 640 and potentially retest the daily 50 SMA at the same time. And yes, JC. That is a double top. And DN, I'm so sorry, I did not see SPX. So I will go over SPX. So Netflix, yeah, nice confirmation of a double top today by today's action. On Friday, we might have been a double top, but we got the confirmation today by moving lower, and we ended up near the low of the days as well. So this just tells us that we are looking at a nice push to the low to the downside, and potentially a break of this ascending support here, and retest of the 640 support. So that's a nice over 10-point move there. So you guys can profit off of that. So Netflix is definitely a good watch. And if you have $10 to spend on Starbucks coffee or a Happy Meal at McDonald's, then you definitely have $10 for joining. Amen to that, man. So if you guys still don't know what the C.F.O Stream Watch is, take a look on my link in my bio on Instagram, on YouTube. You guys can take a look at the link on the description below. It's the very first link. Basically what the newsletter is, I look at I basically do the fundamental and technical analysis from top to bottom, a full, all-around analysis for each name that I'm looking at for each week. And that's the reason why I've done this watch list for you guys, because I love to do these analysis from top to bottom. And I know people have trouble with fundamental and technical analysis, so it's also a watch list that helps you learn as you're earning. So it's literally a learn to earn system. It's not one of those BS learn to earn systems. It's literally, you can do that, right? You can actually do that with this newsletter and with the help in the C.F.O Discord as well. So if you guys want to join, use those $10. I 100% can guarantee you guys, I'm 100% positive that you guys can get that money back the first week that you guys join. So it should be very, very easy to join. So if you guys have problems joining using the link, please DM me. You guys should not have any problems. So make sure if you guys have any other questions as well, please DM me on Instagram or email me using my email address down below, or just go to my Instagram. Okay, so the end. Let's get SPX and my stock world. I will be going to your names. I'm so sorry about not looking at your names yet, but I'm going on chronological order. Hey, Adina Trades, welcome. I've seen you everywhere. Welcome, welcome. 500% positive that you make back the $10. I mean, that's even better than the 100% positive that I've been saying. Okay, so SPX. Same thing with SPY. So I don't think I'm going to look at SPX too much. I don't tend to look at SPX a lot. I just tend to look at SPY. So DN, if you want to look at my SPY analysis, if you're late, just go back to the my live stream after I finish here, because it's going to automatically post on my YouTube channel. So make sure you're looking at SPY. All right. Okay. So. And River, I'll go, no. So I think minor, you said Roku. So I'll do Roku after I do JMIA and Baba as well. Okay, so my stalker, thank you so much for waiting. Thank you. So if you guys know, all these names from these emerging markets. So what I mean by emerging markets, so any names and companies that are in Africa or China or you guys know what I mean, right? So third world countries, these companies have been getting destroyed. So for example, JMIA, very, very nice breakdown to the downside here on this descending channel here. Not descending channel, descending triangle. Gilbert, you said, appreciate you, Andrew, see you in the server. Of course, man, of course. I appreciate you so much for even sharing this link, man. I mean, you didn't even have to, I didn't even ask you. So, thank you so much. I'm very glad that people have been joining here for the past few minutes here. So, JMIA, my stock world, this is very good selling. Earnings, it looks like it's pretty bad here. JMIA got clapped. Yeah, so like I said, all these emerging market names have been getting beaten up a lot. But I think next year, so here's a little hint, guys. Here's a little hint. I'm not going to be focusing on a lot of US based companies. All right. I'm going to be looking out for companies that are overseas. All right, so European and all these emerging market names. All right, so that's a little hint there. So JMIA, that's something you guys might be watching out for because it is an overseas name. All right, so that's a little hint there. But JMIA, I think it has potential to hit around $12 flat. So if we hit $12, that should be a great entry. But if we kind of dip below, and if you guys want a little more of a precise entry, $11.70 could also be a nice entry there as well. But JMIA looks pretty good for a nice dip buy into the near-term future, into next year. So make sure you are watching that. Adina, you said, how's it going? I'm doing very, very good. How are you? I hope your trading has been very, very good. So if you guys don't know who Adina Trades is, she is a female trader who's absolutely killing it as well. And she just joined the C.F.O Swing and Watch as well. So if you guys haven't joined yet, I highly recommend you guys to join before it comes back to $25. Because right now it's at $10. And you guys can get the full newsletter every Sunday, every week. And you guys can also be in the C.F.O Discord as well. So make sure you guys are joining before it comes back to $25. Because I 100% guarantee that you guys will make back that $10 in no time. Or 500% positive, like Gilbert said here on YouTube. And my stock world, you said, of course, thanks for doing this. Of course, man, I'm happy to do this for you guys. And I really, really enjoy doing this with you all. So if you guys are new and you're joining right now, I do these lives on Monday and Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so BABA. So BABA is a failed investment idea of mine. I did get in around right here when the price was starting to capitulate this downtrend back in early October. But obviously, thanks to really, really bad earnings, it seems like we're now heading to new yearly lows. But I'm not only looking at the negatives here, I'm looking at the positives because we're also pretty close to this support area here. Whoops. Around 130. So 130 will be a great dip buy if we come back down for BABA here. And especially if you guys have long-term accounts, I would say picking up equities and calls and leaps especially could be very, very good for you guys at 130 or 130.50-ish. Smoke Food said, I want to join the Discord. Sure. You guys can click the link if you guys are on YouTube. For all the people on YouTube right now, click the link, the very first link in my description box down below. You guys should be able to see it. It says C.F.O Swing and Watch. Just subscribe and you guys should get that link in your email for the Discord. So after you guys subscribe, check your emails because a confirmation email will be on there, and make sure you guys read the confirmation email from top to bottom. Okay? Make sure you guys are reading it thoroughly. Rick, you said it's an Amazon of somewhere in Africa. Yeah, so JMIA is known as the Amazon of Africa, so that's the reason why I gave you that little hint there. I'm going to be focusing on emerging market names next year. And so make sure you guys are looking at JMIA for next year as well. Hey, Kendon, welcome. It's good to see familiar faces here. Welcome, guys. So Alibaba 130 is my profit target. Is my dip buy entry. I'm only gonna be looking out for this name for now. I'm not gonna be trading it or entering this anytime soon until we hit 130, and that can even happen this week because we're 6 points away from that. But on the weekly time frame, we are about to be a little bit oversold here. So make sure you guys are watching out for that as well. Okay, so Riva, if you're still here, or actually Minor Perez, if you're still here, let me go over Roku. So Roku is also an extra name that we've been looking at since last week for my C.F.O Swing and Watch subscribers, and the reason why I'm looking at it is just like I mentioned on PayPal, Roku, I'm gonna focus on the weekly time frame. Why? Because we have this descending trend line here, right? And so I'm only focusing on very significant price levels that are formed on the larger time frames. So when I'm talking about larger time frames in the bigger picture, I'm not even talking about the daily time frame. I'm talking about the weekly and monthly time frames, where you're able to see, and if you're able to see price levels, those are the most significant price levels on any time frame. Okay, so Roku, I'm only looking at on the weekly time frame as well, just like PayPal. And the reason why is that we have this descending level of support, and this descending level of support is now coinciding with this horizontal price level that I'm looking at, which is around 230 to 231. And so last night, Roku was also an extra name to be looking at for this week. And so Roku, what I explained last night was this. So I expected Roku. I'm expecting to see Roku push a little bit lower below 230 and have a nice little pop below 230 and then come right back above and snap right back above. And guess what we did today, guys? Okay, if I go on the daily time frame, that's exactly what we did today, right? And so the reason why I was able to kind of deduce that this might happen is that sellers today most likely took off most of the positions, or I don't know, half of the positions, right? And that's the reason why we had this little tiny, impulsive move to the downside, break below this support level here, and we snap right back up as buyers tried to defend, and really did defend today, this 230 support level. So that's the reason why we got this nice little pop to the downside, and the fact that we popped below the 230 just gives me confidence that the shorters who are shorting since, I don't know, maybe even up, sub 300s, are now taking profits here at the bottom. So seems like Roku here is very much another nice investment opportunity here, just like PayPal at these prices. So make sure you guys watching Roku, especially when we break up above 240, which should give us a nice reversal trend here if we break above 240, 241. All right, so Roku, very, very good to look at. Okay, so Riva, you said A firm, and then My Stock World, you said Lucid as well if you get the chance. Sure. So Lucid will be my last name, guys. I usually do these lives for around 30 to 45 minutes, so I don't want to overshoot as well. But you guys can also join me on Wednesday as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you guys can get a notification on YouTube that I'm live. And for Instagram, you guys can also take a look at Instagram as well. Instagram should automatically send you guys notifications if you are already following my Instagram at ChartsFocus1. But to all the people who are new here, thank you guys for joining, and it's very nice to meet you guys. My name is Andrew. I've been trading for almost 5 years now. I'm a technical analysis swing trader, and I look at stocks and crypto. So if you guys have any questions about crypto as well, you guys can ask me about that. And if you guys didn't know as well, on the C.F.O Swinger Watch, I do give out weekly crypto plays as well. So if you guys are interested, you guys can subscribe for only $10 per month. Trevor, hi, hello, thank you for joining. So A firm, seems like the uptrend is over. We closed officially 2 times now below the 50 SMA, but most likely we can have a nice snapback above the 50 SMA for A firm. And guys, if you guys haven't seen my YouTube video on A firm, the analysis that I've done on A firm when it was mid 60s here, okay. Christopher Gay, if you can make FB your last one, sure, I can make FB my last one. No worries. So A firm here. If you guys go look at the videos that I have on my YouTube, I did a whole technical analysis video, almost 20 minutes, and fundamental analysis for A firm when it was mid 60s here. And so, just so you guys know, most of the names that are on the C.F.O Swinger Watch have been blasting to the upside for months and for weeks. So if you guys haven't been following me on my Instagram, I've already posted this before, but if you guys just choose like 1 to 2 tickers every week on the C.F.O Swinger Watch, and if you guys just buy and hold, you guys will most likely will be in profits in the weeks and months to come on that name. So I make sure I'm looking at A+ names. I do my fundamental analysis, technical analysis, everything on the newsletter for you guys, all for you guys in one newsletter every single Sunday. So if you guys think that you guys want to see or have that every Sunday, then you guys can subscribe using the link in the description box below for YouTube and the link in my bio on Instagram. So A-firm, I think we can hit, most likely we can hit 115 and 111. But if we come back down and hit 105-ish, that could also be a very nice dip buy for A-firm. A-firm is a great big fintech company that's been coming out this year. So with the buy now pay later trend, the BNPL trend, and they've been the leading company in that trend. So A-firm is a great company to look at. They've been collaborating with a lot of different brands, thousands and thousands of e-commerce brands as well. So A-firm definitely a long-term hold for me. And Airbnb. So Airbnb should be getting a lot of, yeah, okay, well, so it did get hit today because if you guys know, COVID cases are rising internationally. It's been rising a lot in Europe. So Airbnb will most likely definitely be hit. I mean, that's logical, right, guys? These travel and leisure stocks will get hit with any news that COVID is rising. And for the fact that in the UK, there's a new strain that's stronger than Delta. So I think this trend is going to go on forever. This trend of that the COVID is going to continue to mutate just like the flu virus every single year. So it might just be something that we just like the flu vaccine every single year, right? We might be taking new booster vaccines for COVID every single year. So that's kind of what I'm expecting already. So for Airbnb, I think it's a little bit of too much of an overreaction. A lot of people, I think over 1 billion people now are vaccinated around the world. So with any news of COVID cases, it should be having a less effect on the markets. But it seems like, especially on the travel and leisure stocks like Airbnb, we're still getting hit. So Airbnb, I'm looking at the 50 SMA here. It was a perfect touch actually here. So I was looking at 177 as the next level of support as we're heading lower from last week. And it seems like we touched 177 and we bounced and we were able to retest the 50 SMA as well in the daily time frame. So that was good. So we coincided with this previous area of resistance, now new support since we bounced on top of it. And all we need to do is stay above the daily 50 SMA and continue to rise up higher after a retest on the 50 SMA today. If we don't, most likely we're going to head lower and chop around the 50 SMA and break to the downside and potentially use the 200 SMA as new support. Yeah, so Airbnb has already filled the gap here today with the movement today. So with Airbnb, so it's already a gap fill. It filled the gap today. So I don't see any more gap fills that it needs to fill so far. So this is the only fill that we had today. So yeah, so the gap fill from earnings right here. So if you're talking about this little tiny gap here, I would say that's not really a gap, but this can be filled. But whenever a gap is filled to the downside, especially gaps that have been filled, have been formed by a upside movement, that usually tells me that there's a lot of selling going on in that name. So make sure you guys are watching out for Airbnb as well, since it's going to be very volatile as more news comes out about coronavirus in the European markets. Okay. So alright, so it seems like I'll do Lucid and then FB and I will sign off. And guys, thank you guys so much for coming in. I mean, I broke the viewership record today. Thank you all for really joining, and yeah, so make sure you guys join on Wednesday as well. I would love to see you guys here because you guys are giving me the content to do these live streams. And if you guys didn't give me any of the tickers, any of these tickers at all, I wouldn't be able to do these live streams for you guys. So thank you very much for attending and for taking time out of your hands to give me these tickers to look at. So thank you guys very much, and I really appreciate from you guys from the bottom of my heart here for attending. Thank you guys very, very much. So Lucid here. So my stock world. You said, when did you start your YouTube? I think I started back in May. So around May and late April, because that's when I started my C.F.O swinger watch as well. So, it's a fairly recent thing, and it's been doing pretty well. So a lot of people have been. I mean, if you guys want to look at or talk to my actual current subscribers right now, I can actually set that up for you guys if you guys are a little bit skeptical on how this newsletter works or anything that you might have. So any questions that you guys might have, and if you guys don't want to hear directly from me, I can really set up a meeting for you guys for my current subscribers or my previous mentorship students as well. So that can be arranged. But yeah, I have never had a negative review on my C.F.O swinger watch or any of my other premium C.F.O programs on my website. So I can 100% guarantee that. So with confidence as well, I've never had a negative review. So if you guys are concerned with reviews, I can just tell you that right now. So that's your answer there, my stock world. I started my YouTube back in May of this year, so it hasn't even been a year. So Lucid. So I did Lucid on last week's live stream, and very interesting so far, very volatile too. But I think EV names are going to start losing some steam here, as most EV names have been seeing some profit taking, and they've gone back to Tesla. If you guys look at the Tesla chart, if I split the screen here actually, right, Tesla recovered very, very quickly last week and this week and today's action. So most of the profits came back into Tesla after the low tiny dip below 1,000. So I expect Lucid here as well to start heading lower, and we have this nice ascending channel here on Lucid, and that tends to be a very bearish chart pattern, not candlestick. And if we break below $48 here, all right, for Lucid, we will most likely start heading lower and potentially hitting around $42 will be probably where we can find the most recent support for Lucid. So watch out for that. Today's candlestick very ugly as well. Little tiny nice inverse hammer candlestick here. Hey Miner, thanks for your help. We'll be back on Wednesday. Awesome. Make sure you're subscribed too, so that you can get notifications on YouTube. I believe if you have the YouTube app, it gives you and sends you a notification on your phone and an email notification on your respective email platforms as well. So make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel so you guys can get notified when I'm live on Wednesday, but usually around 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So Lucid, I think, this is very choppy, so this tells me that there's a lot of buying and selling going on at the same time. But for now, I'm going to be watching out for that break below 48, which will also be a break below the 10 SMA as well, my momentum SMA. So that's going to break the short-term uptrend that we've been having so far after this nice big breakout of this base that we made throughout June to November. Alright, so FB. So this will be my last ticker. So Facebook looks very, just like with any other growth name here so far, seems like, welcome Marianne, welcome on Instagram, welcome. It seems like for Facebook, just like with any other growth name today, like, Amazon, Apple, I think Apple also reversed as well today. Yeah, so just like with Facebook here, we might see a lower movement on Facebook, but we've already had that dip to this 200 SMA and we retested it multiple times and we chopped around it. So if we do come back down below the 200 SMA or even retest it again, there's a higher chance for us to head lower and most likely head back down to 310, which will be my line in the sand here for Facebook here. So make sure you're watching out for Facebook, because tomorrow we can have that tiny relief bounce. Maybe if you head back down to 339 and bounce, or at the very least, if I move this level here, you guys can see clearly here, my 10 SMA here is now crossing up above the 50 SMA, which is always a good sign. So whenever you have a smaller SMA crossing above the larger SMA, we can most likely see a nice uptrend happening, at the very least in the short-term trend. And yes, inverse head and shoulder. So the inverse head and shoulder is what a lot of people were looking at actually. So what people don't, if you guys don't see it, here's the left shoulder, here's the head, and here's the right shoulder. So it seems like we're still making that head here, excuse me, not the head, the right shoulder here. And in order for us to really break out above this nice inverse head and shoulders here, we need to be able to break above this neckline that we've been rejecting for so long here. So this neckline here, so most likely a confirmed uptrend will be a break above 354 for Facebook, but obviously some people won't like to wait for that long. So for me, I always like to see confirmation. So obviously I'm gonna wait for 354 and have my alert set up there, and I might even set up my alerts right now, so which I just did right now. But for Facebook, I think a nice, at the very least, a nice breakout in a little tiny micro sense here, in a micro perspective, will be above 348 or 347.50. Okay, but so far really good selling volume today, so I think we can retest the daily 50 SMA again. So yeah, so Facebook looks pretty good with that inverse head and shoulders and this neckline that we just had to break out above in order for us to retest previous highs back in early September. And the price is around like 380. So if we're able to come back to 380 plus, we should be able to test new all-time highs again. Alrighty guys, thank you guys so much for joining. That's it for tonight. So if you guys are subscribed to my YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. And if you guys are wondering about the C.F.O Swing Watch, take a look at the link in the description box below. You guys can join for $10 per month only. The prices go back up on December 26th, so right after Christmas. That shouldn't be hard to remember. And it's going to go back to the regular price of $25 per month. And I can 100% guarantee you guys, or 500% guarantee you guys, that you guys will most definitely make your money back from the analysis that I do for the newsletter, and you guys will be able to be in the C.F.O Discord as well. So I offer two things for just $10 per month. So I know some people like to have very, very good deals, and this is probably the best deal that you might have seen yet out there. So make sure you guys get in before the price changes back to the original price that I had before this sale. But thank you guys all so much for joining on Instagram and on YouTube. Make sure you guys, if you guys aren't following me on Instagram yet as well, my handle is @chartsfocus1. So make sure you guys are following me on Instagram as well. Okay, I'll see you guys all on Wednesday, same time, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time or 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you guys all next time. Thank you all for joining. Have a great rest of your night. So since Minor did ask me my Discord, so if you join the C.F.O Swing Watch, you will also be able to join the C.F.O Discord as well. So if you subscribe right now, you should be getting an email, a confirmation email, and you'll be able to get into the C.F.O Discord through that email. But before that, make sure you read all the instructions on the confirmation email from top to bottom thoroughly, okay? Of course, Christopher. I hope to see you back on Wednesday. Thank you all for joining. Thank you. Have a good night. And good luck trading tomorrow, guys. Good luck. I hope this live helped tonight. See you guys all on Wednesday.